Thank you so much for joining us on this Monday. I'm Alex Wilson.
And I'm Jennifer Lopez. We're going to talk about the beautiful temperatures we had in just a few minutes. But first, we want to begin by the devastation that is going on across California.
We are learning new information this afternoon, including a new report from the state of California that says 23,000 people have been displaced now by these wildfires.
Well, Jay Gray is live in Northern California near the Valley Fire with more. Jay?
Cal Fire, they're saying the winds, one of the big difficulties with fighting this one. Mandatory evacuations from Bottle Rock Road, High Valley Road, the list goes on. These are all areas where people are forced to get what they can and go. Evacuation centers for Kelseyville Presbyterian Church, at Napa County Fairgrounds, at the Highlands Senior Center. We've seen over 61,000 acres already burned. 5% contained at this point. And one of the chiefs that we talked to said this thing spread out in all directions and really intensified and grew very quickly. We've had numerous road closures across the area. And unfortunately, we look at scenes like this. This person points out that 10 homes in just one cul-de-sac were burned here by that Valley Fire. There's the location north of Middletown. We've got other fires, though, burning in the area. Jay mentioned the mist, that moisture returning to the area. It's cloudy. We've got the moisture. Relative humidity is bumping up a bit, but the winds still an issue through the afternoon. They'll die down through the overnight, but I do anticipate tomorrow during the daytime hours those winds bump back up. Satellite and radar pictures showing the fires along with the showers moving through parts of the west. There's the relative humidity, and notice that Jay mentioned you could feel that moisture in the air. Relative humidity is bumping up for parts of California, but up into Washington, Oregon, and Idaho, even western Montana, still very dry through tomorrow. Winds, they're going to stay around 15 to 20 miles an hour through the end of today. Overnight, they will lighten up, but then tomorrow afternoon, again, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds possible. Valley Fire forecast does show the rain in the cards on Wednesday, but the sunshine, the heat, that comes back as we head towards the end of the week and the weekend. So we get a little bit of that much needed rainfall, Jennifer, but unfortunately, conditions will again dry out towards the end of the week. You can bet in about 49 minutes we're going to be racing each other to the parking lot just to soak it up because we missed it all day. Temperatures, though, they're going to rebound across the Midwest. So even though it was a bit cool, crisp, if you like that, if you were like, you know what, I liked it a little better when it was warmer, we got that for you too.
Yeah, morning lows got all the way down to 45 here into Charleston, West Virginia, 49 into Pittsburgh, Detroit around 47. Here's a look at the current readings. We've warmed up great across the Northeast with 69 in Buffalo, but notice closer to you, Alex, a little bit hotter here.
Yeah, we've already got some 80s, and those temperatures will be bumping up even further. You know, we're talking about a storm threat later on, but out ahead of that front, we're going to see those temperatures rising. 24-hour temp change between this time yesterday and this time today, in excess of 10 degrees in spots.
And the above average temperatures, as you were talking about, are going to continue to stay higher than where they should be, staying in the 80s for tomorrow in Minneapolis. Chicago, you're also going to be up around 82. In Indianapolis, a high of 82 for your Tuesday.
All right, so the warmth back in play. You know, we said don't put away all the summer clothes. You can put away some of the crop tops. I think we're done with those. But I mean, the t-shirts, some of the shorts, the khaki colors, things that you can transition into fall. You know those transitional pieces in your closet. Those are the ones you're using.
Flip-flops, I wear them if I could all year long because I
agree.
love them so much.
They're fantastic.
But again, temperatures for Wednesday will continue to stay above average, and then even around 90 degrees on Thursday into St. Louis. So what we're getting at is that warm weather is certainly going to be coming back over the next few days.
Yeah, and when it's that hot, your feet sweat. So you need the flip-flop. Chicago, average high 76 degrees. Notice each afternoon we're going to be in the low to mid 80s. Overnight lows cool off a bit, though. Not too bad. Like you said, 59 early on Wednesday.
And same can be said here into Cleveland. Some comfortable mornings with the temperatures dropping down into the 50s, and then the highs all the way up into the lower 80s. Those morning temperatures, it's been cool here across many locations in the south, and my kids run down in their jackets and in their robes because we refuse to turn the heat on.
Right. Oh, so, no, I won't do it. When it turns, I mean, it has to get really cold before I'll do that because I'm not a heat person. So this time of year is my favorite.
Right.
You know, I even said yesterday I was a little cold, but I'd rather be cold
in your house. You just can't turn on the heat. No. But talking about kids, a lot of kids trying to get up and go to school, obviously, tomorrow. So let's talk about some bus stop forecasts. And our first stop on the bus is in Cleveland.
Yes, you can give them these details if they just really want to dress themselves. You go, all right, you pick the theme. But in the morning, you need the long sleeves because it's going to be cool in Cleveland. By the afternoon, though, in the upper 70s. So this is that time of year where we've got the cool, crisp mornings followed by the warmer afternoons that can make it a little bit more challenging. The layers take reign.
That's right, and the same could be said here into Atlanta, upper 50s here. And what everybody wants to know is recess a go.
Oh,
and it
yeah.
is tomorrow around Atlanta with the sunshine galore and highs up into the 70s.
And
Everybody's going to be on the
awesome.
playground.
Oh, yeah. You know, you're just clamoring to get out there
Yeah.
first. 5 more minutes, Mrs. Smith, please. Hey, Detroit, you've got 7 a.m. temperatures in the upper 50s, upper 70s for the afternoon. And as you pointed out, recess a go. After school, Mom, I don't even want to play video games. I'm actually, me and my friends are going to go do some stuff.
I like hearing that. All right, we've talked about some great stuff. Now we've got to talk about some not so great stuff, and that would be some rain, which would be good in a few locations here across the west. And as we look at the radar, we've been seeing a few thunderstorms develop just to the north of Flagstaff, even a severe thunderstorm warning out.
Yeah, the severe thunderstorm warning right along the roadway, Coconino County. This goes until 2:15 Mountain Time, although it does look like that storm is now working out of that severe warned box.
All right, another spot with even some heavy rain has been just north of the border, just to the east of St. George here into Utah. Flash flood warning out for Kane and Washington County. Again, these are slow-moving storms, so they have the potential to dump some heavy rainfall.
And Salt Lake City, around the metro area, we've got plenty of thunderstorms, some rumbles of thunder. And through the remainder of today, those showers and thunderstorms will stay scattered in the west.
All right, Alex.
All right, Jennifer, got to give you the Monday Night Football forecast you've been waiting for. You might even have the pizza order already in. Georgia Dome hosting the first of these 2 Monday night games. It is just before 7 o'clock Eastern time. Now, it is inside the Georgia Dome, but tailgating out in the parking lot before the game looks good. Sunshine, temps in the mid-70s. How comfortable is that? So not even feeling too bad for the Eagles fans who make it to the game. The home team, the Falcons, though hoping obviously to get away with this one with a win. Now we've got another game. This one is going to be out on the West Coast, Santa Clara, California at Levi's Stadium. We'll stay dry, but we will keep the clouds overhead for the Vikings at the 49ers. Jennifer. Well, clouds out there today. We'll show you more details on that in just a moment. But right now, we've got the thunderstorms working across parts of South Florida around Everglades City. Things have been lighting up. Look at all that lightning, especially off towards the north and east. Lake Okeechobee, you've seen some thunderstorms offering up heavy rain at times and heavy downpours. Here's yesterday at Fort Lauderdale, where a water spout was offshore, and these people, they said, I'm going to sit here and look at it. Get out of the water again. You do not want to get close to these because they can be damaging to small boats, to kayaks, and they can be threatening to you. Future radar showing the showers and thunderstorms through the remainder of the afternoon and evening. Even overnight, parts of South Florida, you guys could still see a few showers or thunderstorms. Maybe hear a rumble of thunder while you're sleeping. We've got the remnants of Grace working over Florida this week. And so with all that moisture, stalled frontal boundary, things are going to stay unsettled over the Sunshine State throughout the week. Showers and thunderstorms noticed for just about all of Florida, maybe the western panhandle, some of the only spots avoiding that. That could affect South Georgia and southeastern Alabama as well. There's tomorrow's forecast. Rain and thunderstorms in the cards for many spots. Even as we get into Wednesday, much of Florida, scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast for you.